And good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to National ETV's coverage of high school baseball. Here at Holman Stadium, it's the Alvirne Broncos and the Bishop Guertin Cardinals. If you ask people at Alvirne, they'll tell you their main rival is Bishop Guertin. I'm Tom King, welcoming in Bob Littman for the first time here on National ETV, calling the play-by-play. Bob, it's great to have you here with us.
Boy, I've been to historic Holman Stadium many times as a fan over the years, Tom. This is kind of fun to be able to call a baseball game with you, and we get the second meeting this week between the Broncos and the Cardinals.
Yeah, the second meeting, Alvirne won on Monday, and Bishop Guertin snapping a BG four-game winning streak. But these two teams have always played very tight, very close, very competitive baseball. And they played in the postseason a couple of times, too. They played in the semifinals about 5 years ago. Adam Perkins coaching Alvirne for the first year, taking over, obviously, for the legend at Alvirne, Mike Lee, who coached since 1983. And Lee also started his baseball career at BG as the JV coach. But here, Bob, you can tell it's a picturesque day, beautiful day. But in high school baseball, it's all about who's on the mound.
And on the mound today, getting the start, will be Aiden Meany for the Cardinals. Let's take a look at the Alvirne lineup for you. Leading off and playing center field today is Jake Dufour. Kyle Belanger will be the shortstop. He'll hit second with Nick Jakes at first base. Josh McDonald is the Bronco third baseman, with Evan Beals catching and Ty Baker out in right field. Ethan Moshe will be the designated hitter today. He'll hit seventh. Richie Tebow is at second, and Charlie Laporte is in left field. We'll give you the Cardinal lineup in just a little bit. I'll give you the Cardinals defensively as we watch the warm-up tosses here of Aiden Meany. At first base today is Dominic Monaco. Over at second base is Mark Luca. The shortstop will be Luke Anderson, and at third, Jake Mitchell, with the outfielders around Alex Lamble out in left. Cam Tebow will be in center, Hayden Shattuck in right. And the battery mate for Mr. Meany today is Kyle Levine.
And Kyle Levine, the younger brother of Grant Levine, who's in the Colorado Rockies organization from Bedford. And Kyle has already got a home run here at Holman Stadium this year. He hit one out against Nashville South. He is a player, believe me. And this kid is a player too, Bob. Jake Dufour leading off for Alvirne. He has been a real catalyst for the Broncos. If Jake Dufour gets on base and has a good game, the Broncos usually have a good game.
That's the reason why he's in the number one slot, right?
Exactly.
Cannot complain about the weather today. Just a gorgeous afternoon. Alvirne should feel very comfortable playing at Holman Stadium, huh?
Third straight Friday here at Holman, and this was it, I believe, because they'll have gone through the North-South BG Gambit. So this will be their last game at Holman this year, unless it's in the tournament, which I'm not sure if Holman's hosting this year or not. I've got to check for the semifinals. They have in the past, but a lot has changed this year with teams at home sites.
Here's our first pitch of the day, just a little bit outside to Jake Dufour, and we're underway a couple of minutes after 4 o'clock. And sunny skies today here in Nashua.
Yeah, I could use the temperature up about another 10 degrees, though.
Yeah, the light jackets today.
Yeah, it's a little cool. I mean, it's getting to be May. We should be hitting 65 to 70 on a regular basis.
And I flare out towards left centers, maybe trouble just out of the reach of Tebow out in center field, and Jake Dufour does what leadoff men are supposed to do. He's on base with a double to start the game.
Yeah, and you see his gesturing. He's energetic as he got into second base. Long run in center field. He had a good eye on it, but it just went out of his reach. In that case, maybe the left fielder could have come over there, but you know what? That would have been a collision and a problem probably for Bishop Guertin. But this is a tough outfield, Bob, especially this time of day to play.
Kyle Belanger will be next. What makes it tough, Tom?
The sun angle. It's right behind the stadium, and later on in the game, it will be in the right fielder's eyes.
Ball one to Belanger, hitting with a man at second base.
I've noticed that this year a lot in games. If the outfielder does not get a good jump on the ball at contact, they're going to have a tough time catching up to it.
2-0. Meany a little behind. And a little number rolled over towards the Bishop Guertin dugout.
And as you know, Bob, in high school baseball, defense is, it's tough. I mean, high school kids, they'll make some errors. They'll make mistakes. You won't see the sharp defense that you'll see at a few other levels.
Right, and then it's always the challenge for the pitcher to be able to battle through that.
Right.
Just block it back. 2-2 now on the foul back. Alvirne won here, didn't win here. They won in Hudson 8-4 over BG earlier this week, game that was played on Monday. Broncos had seen a 4-game win streak snapped by Nashua North before bouncing back with a win over BG. They're 5-2. Good season going. That'll be ball 3. Tried to bend one over.
Tell you, they almost beat North last Friday. They were down 9-2 and then rallied for 6 runs in the 6th inning. It fell short, 11-9.
Out towards right center this.
That's going to drop.
It is in. Turning third is Dufour. The throw will come all the way through, but it's an RBI single for Kyle Belanger, and 2 batters into the game. The Broncos strike first, lead 1-0.
Yeah, the one thing there, Bob, is you're getting that throw all the way in from right field. I don't see a high school kid that's got a strong enough arm to do that. They needed to be a relay there. If there was a relay there, maybe Dufour is out at the plate.
So now the 3-hitter is Nick Jakes. Be the first baseman today, slightly open stance.
Boy, he pitched a gem here against Nashua South 2 Fridays ago. He struck out 7 in a row at one point.
Not scheduled to start today. We'll see Jacob Hobart on the mound today for the Broncos. That's called a strike. Good pitch as Jakes takes Josh McDonald looking in, 25 from the on-deck circle.
And they're playing Jakes pretty straight away as well. No one shaded one way or the other. No shifts in high school baseball, Bob. Don't see him too often.
Pop back and out of play, 1-2. They're trying to get, trying a new rule this year with the New Hampshire Fisher Cats at the Double-A level, where all 4 infielders have to be on the dirt.
Good.
At the pitch.
Good.
It's an experimental rule that
I like
Major League
that.
Baseball's trying. Now the 1-2, and that's outside. Got away from the catcher. Runner didn't see it. Now Belanger will take second base.
The runner didn't see it because it went under the glove of Levine. It looked like he had gloved it. So his body in front, you don't have a view from first base to see that ball trickle through like we did right above home plate.
Kyle Belanger, standing there encouraging his team, or rather Jake's encouraging Belanger to take second on, would be a pass ball. Here's a liner to center, but right at Tebow for out number 1, and Belanger will stay right where he was at second.
But they are hitting Meany hard. They're right on it. I mean, there's 3 balls that have been right, great contact by Alvirne.
So I'll bring up the third baseman, Josh McDonald. He'll hit from the left side against Aiden Meany. First, base hit.
Yeah, that's good contact by him going the other way.
Coach Perkins will hold Belanger at third, so it's first and third, and keeping the line moving for the catcher, Evan Beals.
McDonald, probably not a lot of speed at first base. Otherwise, you might do the first and third double steal attempt at high school baseball. They so often try. Infield for Guertin is back. They're looking for 2.
307 down the line and left at Holman. 311 down the right field line. Beals will take, and it's outside. The official game time temperature is 61 degrees. So
yeah, I'll go with that. It's probably about 55 in the shade.
And called outside.
Didn't look like a ball, but it was. They called it. Yeah, Meany trying the off-speed stuff. He's been low with it. He's keeping Levine busy there. And watch out, Bob. I'll talk to you about this after this next pitch. Oh, nice block by Levine.
And misses wide. So that's, I guess it's 3-1.
3-1, but Bob, here at Holman, you will see a ball go by the catcher. If it's got some velocity on it, it will bounce off the back wall and come back towards home plate. So the runner is going to really advance at his risk.
Ball 4.
Oh, and Levine tried to frame it, and it was close. It was very close.
So they're loaded up, and a chance for the Broncos now to have a really big first inning. They bring Ty Baker, the right fielder, to the plate. Belanger at third, McDonald at second, Beals at first. Went changeup and had Baker taking strike one. Good pitch. We'll miss this time. And that's been the problem for Meany here in the first inning.
Right, he's gone outside. I think those first 3 or 4 batters kind of got him away from pitching to contact.
One out here in the frame. A high fly to center field. See if they test the arm of Tebow, who makes the catch. 2 outs, and there'll be no advance try.
No, Tebow with a good throw, good play by the first baseman to get that relay throw. It would have been an easy out, double play. Instead, there's just 2 outs.
Meany is a senior. The entire Bishop Guertin roster that I was given today has all juniors and seniors on it. Here's Ethan Moshe, the designated hitter. Ground ball to third, chance to get out of the inning. Mitchell will glove, step on the third base bag, and a real good job by Meany to get these last 2 outs, Tom, and really minimize what could have been a big inning.
Yeah, no doubt about it. The Broncos load the bases. They come away empty after they scored the first run. They put some pressure on Meany, but Meany responded, getting 2 big outs to get out of the inning. And now I'm watching Scott Painter talk with his catcher, Kyle Levine, on what he wanted him to do or wanted him to call. Not sure, but in any event, it's a great job by the Cardinals to get out of that. Alvirne's got to feel that they had an opportunity that they let get away as they lead only 1-0.
1 run, 3 hits, 3 left on in the top of the first inning for the Broncos. And now a chance for the Cardinals. Coach Pater's lineup today, Cam Tebow will lead off and play center field. Jake Mitchell is at third. And then Kyle Levine. The cleanup hitter is Alex Lambalot in left. Aiden Meany is the DH/pitcher. Hayden Shattuck will be in right field hitting 6th. Dominic Monaco is at first. Then Luke Anderson hits 8th, plays shortstop. Mark Luque is at second. And then defensively for the Broncos, as you watch Jacob Hobart, number 8, take his warm-up pitches. Evan Beals will be behind the plate. You have at first base Nick Jakes. The second baseman today is Richie Tebow. At shortstop, Kyle Belanger, and Josh McDonald's also over on the left side of the diamond. With the left fielder today, Charlie Laporte, the center fielder, Jake Dufour, and the right fielder, Ty Baker. BG 4-5 on the season. Been an up and down kind of season for BG. Started poorly, but able to bounce back nicely. Saw a 4-game win streak snapped at Alvirne, 8-4 again on Monday, but after an 0-4 start, battled back nicely and got back to 500, and they're certainly a competitive group, as is Alvirne here in Division I this year.
Yeah, they made good use of those 2 games with Nashville South. Were able to kind of get back on track, and Levine had a great game against the Panthers a couple of weeks ago on a Monday, and that just started them going. And then they beat Portsmouth. They beat Portsmouth here. They beat South again in a 2-1 game that was really well played. It was not played here. It was over at South Field because it had rained the night before, and they try to protect the stadium as much as possible. They don't have a tarp on at night and then a big win on the road against Keene. And there you go, 4-4 until they played Alvirne last week.
So underway here, bottom of the first. Cardinals hitting down 1-0. Cam Tebow takes a strike here, so we're 1-1. Alvirne will play the next pair next week, Monday and Wednesday, scheduled with Merrimack. Wednesday will be the home game for the Broncos. Chopper to short, fielded well by Belanger, and one away, bottom of the first inning.
And don't forget, Bob, when you went through your roster and you have juniors and seniors, in some ways, not in every way, because a lot of them played summer ball, in some ways they're really juniors and sophomores because they did not play last year.
That's a great point. Here's Jake Mitchell playing at third base. Coach Scott Painter, 10th season. Looking in from third. 1 ball, no strikes. Run on 3 hits for Alvirne in the top of the inning. Hard down the line, hits the bag. Maybe still be able to make a play. Fielded nicely by Jakes, comes back to Hobart, 2 down.
What a great recovery by Jakes as he was able to get the ball, kept his cool, and flipped it to Hobart. A good job by Hobart to go over there and see that Jakes needed help and get over there and cover first base.
Ball hits the top of the bag, probably caroms by the first baseman, and you've got maybe 2 bases, but hit just short of that and then popped up into the air. Here's Kyle Levine. Well, that's called a strike.
Wow. Oh, my. Now, I'm on an angle to the right, Bob, as I'm in the down a ways from you in the press box, but that sure looked outside. It was the same location. Did not swing, they say.
1-1.
I mean, Meany did not get those kinds of calls in the top of the first.
Alvirne's Hobart.
Oh.
On a line to left.
And caught.
And snagged by Laporte. So the Cardinals go in order in the first. Kyle Levine hit it hard, but he hit it where they were. So after 1, it's Alvirne 1 and Bishop Guertin nothing. Great to be along with you today on Nashua ETV, Hudson ETV, with coverage of high school baseball in New Hampshire on a beautiful spring day.
Just simply good weather. I'm still looking for that warm-up.
You know, I looked ahead. It didn't look like next week was going to be much warmer.
No, I saw a weather report a couple nights ago in Boston. They went into a 8 to 14 day prognosis, and they said that it was going to be cooler than normal, or just not as warm as we'd like. This is seasonable for May. I mean, I think the average temperature in early May is 63, 64. But how about Wednesday? Wednesday felt like March in May. So, and a lot of games were washed out on Wednesday. These 2 teams were not scheduled to play. A lot of them are playing 2 games a week. And but Bishop Guertin has been aggressive in trying to get other games outside the scheduling pod that the athletic directors have developed. Their cohorts. You have these certain teams that you play twice a week. But Guertin was able to sneak in a couple of other games last week. And a lot of teams are going to 3 a week now, as I've typed up the schedules for the next couple of weeks. Starting next week, some teams will be playing 3 a week. Oh, right at them.
1 pitch, 1 away. Richie Tebow, who is the second baseman, retired 1 down. Aiden Meany battled out of a bases-loaded 1-out situation in the first. They're getting Ty Baker to fly to center, and Ethan Moshe grounded into a force to end it. And now this one is up and in. Only batter we've not seen in the Alvirne lineup, Charlie Laporte. Inning now, 1-0. Ground ball, Weekly hit to short. And 2 away here in the top of the second inning with Alvirne leading Bishop Guertin 1-0.
Meany has done a good job settling down, throwing strikes, pitching to contact now. We'll see how I'll be curious to see how he goes through the first 4 hitters when he has to see them again.
Jake Dufour.
Which is right now.
Levine framed that one right there on the outside corner, but didn't get the call. 1-0. Dufour, a double to left center to start the game, and has scored the game's only run, and now 1-1.
See how Meany throws to these guys who hit him pretty hard in the first inning.
Here's the pitch. Misses 2-1. 2 outs, top of the second.
Well, Levine doing his best to frame those pitches and give the umpire some pause, but he's not falling for it. Ooh.
3-1.
And Jake Dufour can cause a lot of problems on the base paths. You don't want to give him a free pass. And they do.
So number 2 flips the bat back over to the dugout third base side. We'll head down to first with 2 outs. Kyle Belanger, the shortstop, will be next. The next pitcher for Bishop Guertin today is going to be Jack Boudreau, and he is now beginning to warm down in the bullpen in the right field corner. Kyle Belanger lifts one out to right center, drops for a base hit. Dufour had a good head start, will make it all the way to third. And as the throw comes through on the backside, Belanger takes second.
Yeah, they thought they had a chance at third, but I don't think so. With Dufour running, play there would have been to cut it off and prevent the runner getting to second base, but they did not do that. And now Meany finds himself with some 2-out trouble, second and third. And a hitter who flew out to center, and Jake's coming up.
Good pitch. Down and away, batter chases.
First base open. Josh McDonald, who singled on deck.
Pitcher ahead 0-2. Meany able to get the first 2 outs before Dufour and Belanger reach here. Alvirne threatening, leading 1-0. It'd be really big for Aiden Meany to be able to get out of this inning.
Sure would.
The 0-2. Pop foul, but not playable.
He's gone off speed. My guess is at 0-2, he'll try to put one outside, and Levine, though, will have to be able to block it. Well, they want a high pitch, and they got it, but inside.
So even up 2-2. Broncos still have to play Merrimack, couple with Trinity, couple with Londonderry, and there's strike 3.
That's a great job again by Meany, and Alvirne leaves 2 on. They've left 5 on in 2 innings.
So at the end of 1.5 here at historic Holman Stadium, Alvirne 1, Bishop Guertin 0, and due up for BG, Lambalot, Meany, and Shattuck.
BG leads in lacrosse 10-5 over Exeter. How many minutes left, Pete?
10 minutes left.
10 minutes left. So it's a little closer game than it was than the other one. 10 minutes, you can score 5 goals in a minute in lacrosse. So that game is a little bit closer. Bob Lippman, I'm going to go down on the field, get some photos. I'll be back up in about, I'd say, an inning and a half, 2 innings or so.
Sounds good. Enjoy the sunshine. All right. We continue our coverage here today with 4, 5, and 6 in the order. Alvirne's Jacob Hobart, a 1-2-3 first inning. And now here in the second, he'll have to deal with the middle of the Bishop Guertin order. BG will play here tomorrow night at Holman Stadium as Winnicott comes across, and that is a 7 o'clock game. And then next week, a couple of games televised on Monday with the Bedford Bulldogs here at Holman for a 4 o'clock game. Thursday, the teams will play at Bedford, and Bishop Guertin still has a pair with Nashua North. 1 to make up with Londonderry on the 20th, and 2 with Merrimack to close the regular season for Coach Painter. So what are we, halfway done? Maybe not quite even halfway done yet with the season as the weather improves. First pitch off speed, and Lambalade will knock it into the crowd. So we're underway, bottom of the second inning. If you're just joining us, Alvirne, 2 batters into the game, had a 1-0 lead. Jake Dufour doubled and scored on a single by Kyle Belanger, but the Broncos left them loaded in the first, left 2 on after threatening with 2 outs in the second, and so the lead stays 1-0 as Bishop Guertin hits, and that is strike 2. Defense plays pretty much straight away against Lambalade. And got him. Chased one down and away. The strikeout is the first of the game for Jacob Hobart. And now Aiden Meany with a chance to help his own cause here. Facing the right-hander, Hobart. This is away. BG looking for its first base runner of the afternoon. Two and 0. So he gets a strike there. Alvirne with a win today would match the win total from back in the 2019 season when they won 6 for Coach Lee. The 2-1, swing and a miss. So Meany waits, 2-2 on the way, fly to right down the line, but that's curving foul. Down into that utility area in the far corner of Holman Stadium. And the pitcher Hobart right back on the rubber, ready to go. Grounded, backhanded at first. Now Jakes has to hit the pitcher covering and does that nicely, 2 away. They've connected twice, and don't underestimate the importance of pitcher defense. Baseball coaches work on that a lot, and Hobart knows that as soon as that ball hits towards the right side, he's got to get over to first base, and he's done it twice now. And Alvirne has 2 outs recorded here in the second inning. Here's Hayden Shattuck, the right fielder. Big number 8. Takes if we go one more batter, Dominic Monaco waiting on deck. That misses. Foul back and out of play. BG does carry a nice size roster. Ten players not starting with the 9 who are starting today. That's going to get through. Shattuck takes one back up the middle of pitcher Hobart, avoided the liner coming back through, but the first base runner of the day for the Cardinals with 2 outs in the second is Hayden Shattuck. And now let's see if they can build off of that as the left-hand hitting Dominic Monaco, the first baseman, stands in. Swing and a miss at the changeup. Jake's playing right on the bag over at first base. The idea, try to prevent a stolen base there. It could get BG with a runner in scoring position. 1-0 Alvirne in the second. And it's 0-2. Hasn't really given him anything too tasty here on 2 pitches. One a change-up down in the zone. That one just floated up top. Comes right back at him off speed. Gets the swing and a miss for the second strikeout of the inning. And Bishop Guertin is done in the second. No runs on 1 hit. They come up with their first base runner of the afternoon. And now we've played 2 here at historic Holman Stadium. After 2, Alvirne 1 and Bishop Guertin 0. And due up for the Broncos in the third will be Josh McDonald, Evan Beals, and Ty Baker. In the upcoming schedule for Bishop Guertin, Winnicott will be here at Holman tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, and then Monday afternoon, Bedford will be here at 4 o'clock. For the Broncos, the schedule looks like this. Next Monday at Merrimack, and then Wednesday, the teams will play in Hudson, and then Trinity will be at Alvirne next Friday for a 4 o'clock game, ending Alvirne's string of playing Fridays at Holman Stadium at 3. 1-0, top of the third. Alvirne with a run on 4 hits. Bishop Guertin, no runs on 1 hit. The teams have played clean baseball so far, no errors. And we have the pitching change as we move here to the third inning. Taking over on the mound for Bishop Guertin will be Jake Boudreau. So Meany got through the first 2 innings today, allowing just the 1 run, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Alvirne with 4 hits, 2 of them by Kyle Belanger. 1 of them in the first inning produced the run. And now Boudreau is next. And he's now completed his warm-ups. 25, Josh McDonald from the left side, singled his first time up. First is outside. Strike, good pitch, good location. Outside, not where McDonald wanted it. He laid off of it, and the pitcher got the call. Two and one. McDonald, Beals, and Baker in the Alvirne third. McDonald still looking for a pitch that he likes. Gets a couple chances at it here at 3 and 1. Still alive. It's 19 back on the bump, Boudreau. 3-2 pitch. Hammer to center field. Tebow going back, and he'll reel it in. As Tom King mentioned at the start, if you can read it well off the bat and get going, you got a chance, and McDonald pounced on the 3-2 pitch there. And Tebow records the out, so 1 down. Here's Evan Beals, the catcher. Walked his first time up. And a strike. Holman looks beautiful. Field well prepared for today's game. No balls, 2 strikes on the foul ball. Hasn't been particularly warm, not unseasonably warm around, but the lawns are really starting to green up nicely. Here's the 0-2. All right, waste one away. A little bit too far outside for Beals to even think about going after that. All right, pitcher ready. 1-2 offering, 2-2. Missed there. 1 out here in the third. Beals waits and low. Again, 3 balls, 2 strikes. The second consecutive hitter that Boudreau has gone full on. McDonald ripped one to center field to start, and now Beals has a 3-2 in his favor as Baker waits on deck. Here's the pitch coming and missed. It's ball 4. All the way back to the screen. And Evan Beals has now walked twice. It's 3 walks issued by Cardinal pitching in the game. And hitter Ty Baker fly to center his first time up. He came up with the bases loaded in the first inning. Quick conference out on the mound. Levine try to settle down this young pitcher, Boudreau. Short lead at first. Beals, the catcher, edges away a little now. Doesn't go on the first pitch that's popped up foul off first, but should be playable for Monaco, and he'll make the catch. 2 down. And Baker is retired, and it'll be up to Ethan Moshe, the designated hitter. Another right-hand hitter, man at first. Beals, pitcher steps off. First is low, ball 1. Called a strike, so we're even up 1-1. Broncos lead 1-0 hitting in the third. Alvirne with a chance to sweep the week from Bishop Guertin after winning on Monday. Pitcher now ahead 1-2. Hitter stepped out, so we reset. Moshe waits and got him. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. And a very nice inning for Jake Boudreau, who strikes out Moshe to end it. No runs, no hits, no errors. A walk and a man left on. The Broncos have left 6 through their first 3 at-bats and lead here at Holman Stadium Alvirne 1, Bishop Guertin nothing. And due up in the bottom of the third for the Cardinals will be Luke Anderson, Mark Luca, and Cam Tebow. Hope you're enjoying our coverage of New Hampshire high school baseball today. I'm Bob Lippman along with Tom King. Have your choice here today of sitting in the sunshine or sitting in the shade, whatever your preference is. It's a beautiful afternoon. A few fans have made their way into Holman Stadium to watch. And you're watching Jacob Hobart take his warm-up tosses through 2 innings. Has faced 1 over the minimum, has allowed only a base hit by Hayden Shattuck of BG in the 2nd inning. And first up will be the shortstop, Luke Anderson. I see what the Cardinals can do with Hobart, the 3rd inning here, and trying for the first time to get a leadoff runner on in the game. Cardinals have battled through a little adversity through the first few innings, but they're right here only down 1-0 in a quick little rally, and it could be in front. And a strike to Luke Anderson took one down and in the lefty. It was called a strike. And now Hobart goes the other way and then gets ahead 0-2. Pitcher deal, strike 3. 3rd strikeout for Jacob Hobart, and 1 away in the BG 3rd. And number 2, Mark Luca, the 2nd baseman, is next. Go back over to the right side after the back-to-back lefties that Hobart faced. Line to right. If it's fair, it's trouble, and it is foul. And pitcher now Hobart ahead 0-2. Cam Tebow looks in from the on-deck circle. Taken away. 1 run, 4 hits for Alvirne. No runs, 1 hit for Bishop Guertin. And the 1-2 off speed got him. 3 strikeouts in a row for Jacob Hobart. And 2 down in the Bishop Guertin 3rd will bring us back to the top of the order in Cam Tebow. So everybody's had a look at Jacob Hobart now. 2nd time through, let's see how the pitcher adjusts. As Tebow takes a ball, if we go one more batter, Jake Mitchell is next. Ahead of Kyle Levine. And there's a base hit to center field. So Tebow aboard, 2nd hit of the game for the Cardinals. Just like last inning, though, it's a 2-out single. So no margin for error. Mitchell will need to reach here in the 3rd. And Jake, first time up, grounded to the first baseman. Right, that was the one that hit the bag. Tebow, will he be going down 1-0? 1-0. Hobart and Beals appear to have a pretty good plan here of attacking low and in, up and away. Didn't get the call again, ball 2. Was pretty close. So Tebow off first, 2-out base runner for Bishop Guertin. Time called before Hobart could deliver. So be a 2-0 coming home now. Hobart decides to go to first. Keep Tebow close. 1-0 Alvirne, third inning. Pitch delivered. Smacks it into the Bronco dugout. As Mitchell digs back in again, trying to fight Jacob Hobart. Keep this inning going for the Cardinals. A 2-out base runner at first. And here is Hobart's 2-1 with a runner going. Called a strike. The throw from the knees by Beals not in time. It's a stolen base. So Tebow is in, and the count goes to 2-2, and a chance for Mitchell to pick up the runner now with a base hit. They didn't go fastball on that last pitch. It was a great pitch to steal on. And now the righty delivers and popped foul. It'll be out of play. About 7 rows behind the dugout on the third base side is where it landed. All right, back in again is Mitchell. The 2-2 is high and not by much, but it's now gone full on Jake Mitchell. Runner off second base. The pitch is taken back through the middle. It is a base hit. Tebow rounds third. Throw coming through. It's cut off. And BG ties the game at 1 on a 2-out single to center by Jake Mitchell. So Tebow a single, a stolen base. And the Cardinals come up with a big hit. And now we're all even at 1-1. And a runner at first base for Kyle Levine. Hit one hard. It was snagged by Laporte out in left field. His first time up, that ended the first inning. Strike one on the outside corner to Kyle Levine. Alex Lambalot is next. And the 0-1 pitch, did he hold up? They'll appeal. He did not go 1-1. They play Levine very deep in left field. Respect the power. Hobart goes off speed, and it's high, ball 2. Bishop Guertin 1, Alvirne 1, hitting bottom of the 3rd inning. Ball 3. And maybe you don't mess around with Kyle Levine and take your chances with Alex Lambalot. Good hitter in his own right. (3-1) hitters count. Hobart delivers. Went after the breaking ball. It was well outside of the zone. So back to full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. (3-2). God, ball 4. So Mitchell will go to second. 3 consecutive BG players have reached here, and the second time through the order going much better for Bishop Guertin. Lambalot struck out his first time up, now up with 2 on and 2 away in the 3rd. Here's the first. Wild pitch will move the runners up to second and third. BG struggled a little bit at the start of the season to score some runs. Not been as much of a problem lately. 5 of the last 6, including the 4 wins, they have put at least 4 on the board, as many as 9. And in that stretch, the only game they scored 2 runs in, they won. That was that 2-1 win over Nashua South. One will not win today. We're tied at 1, bottom of the 3rd inning. As Hobart has thrown a lot of pitches this inning, misses inside. Here it's 2-0. This is the 6th batter for Bishop Guertin. Hobart started things off with a couple of strikeouts. Called strike 1. A little bit of movement there to the outside part of the strike zone. Jake Mitchell is at 3rd and Kyle Levine is at 2nd. Hitter wants time in a big spot here. Aiden Meany looking in from the on-deck circle. The 2-1 is flared out towards right center. Long run for Baker, but he's there. Side retired. Bishop Guertin, though, hits the board on a couple of hits, and they leave 2. The RBI single by Jake Mitchell has tied the game. And here at Holman Stadium, after 3, Bishop Guertin 1, Alvirne 1. And you're watching Nashua ETV coverage, Hudson ETV coverage of our Division I boys baseball game today. Jake Boudreau out for his 2nd inning of work. And worked around a walk of Evan Beals in his first frame, the 3rd. And Alvirne well aware that they had some opportunities there in the early innings that they didn't capitalize on. Now as we get to the middle of the game, see how they do with Jake Boudreau. And the next few hitters have not had a chance, and probably everybody who Boudreau will face here in the fourth inning. Has not faced him yet. As the throw goes through, second baseman Richie Tebow will lead it off here in the fourth. Line to third his first time up. Green and gold for Bishop Guertin. Up and in, 1-0. Tebow is Charlie Laporte is in the on-deck circle. Block lettering across the front of the Bishop Guertin uniform says Cardinals. 2-0. Got the strike there. It's to be nice to have that experience behind the plate there in Levine as you work. Hitter will dance out of the way there. Somehow the ball avoided him. So Tebow will dig back in. That was ball 3. And a called strike. Didn't throw it hard. BG's going to get another pitcher warming in the bullpen. I saw Boudreau shake off one sign. Ready again. Here's the offering. Got him swinging. So the second strikeout for Boudreau since coming on. He retires Richie Tebow. And Charlie Laporte will be next. And that'll be a ball. Misses in, so 2 balls, no strikes. Tied at 1, fourth inning. Alvirne and Bishop Guertin, if you're just tuning in. From historic Holman Stadium on a gorgeous Friday afternoon. Broncos batting. This one's fouled off the right side and out of play. Laporte, the 9-hitter for Alvirne, back to Dufour next. Little nubber, and it's 2-2. Boudreau a little dirt for the right hand as he gets back up onto the bump. Hitter Laporte is ready, and the 2-2 flip foul. Hitter's still alive. And here's the offering off speed. So it's gone full. Alvirne scored its run in the first with Jake Dufour doubling and scoring. He's the one who's on deck. Big open stance here for Laporte. Gets a good look at the 3-2 and lines right to short. So this is the situation Bishop Guertin wanted, which is Dufour up 2 outs and nobody on in the inning. 2 in the 1st. 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 2 in the 1st as the left-hander stands in. Dufour has doubled and walked. Kyle Belanger waiting on deck. Will take high. 1-0. 1-1 score. Kyle Belanger, an RBI single in the Alvirne first. Jake Mitchell, an RBI single in the Bishop Guertin the third. 1-1. There is a right-hander warming in the Bishop Guertin bullpen. And that's a ball. Brandon Metivier. Dufour waits, and that's ball four. So a two-out base runner for the Broncos. And Kyle Belanger has a couple of singles in the game coming up here. This will be the first time that he faces Boudreau. And after the walk of Dufour, Boudreau comes right back, throws a first pitch strike. Now with Dufour going, grounder back through the middle, and it's off of the glove of the shortstop Anderson, and everybody's going to be safe. Boudreau let it go through. Anderson may be a little bit aware that the runner was off and coming behind him, unable to make the play, and on the error, Dufour will make it all the way over to third, and Nick Jakes coming up here for the Broncos in the fourth. So a 2-on. Again, this is the repeat of the scenario from the second inning, and Alvirne did not score off that. That's called strike one. Dufour at third, Belanger at first. Chopped to short, and they'll play it the short way to end the inning. And once again, Bishop Guertin comes through defensively when they need to and get that third out. For Alvirne in the fourth, no runs, no hits, one error, two left. They've left 8, and after 3 1/2, here this Division I boys baseball game is tied. Alvirne 1, Bishop Guertin 1. We look ahead in the lineup. Fourth inning for Bishop Guertin. It'll be Aiden Meany, Hayden Shattuck, and Dominic Monaco. Alvirne won 8-4 on Monday. BG, a 3-game week. They'll play tomorrow night here against Winnicott at 7 o'clock. It's the first and only meeting with the Warriors this year. Alvirne after today, be off until Monday when they'll play Merrimack. And they'd love to finish off a win here. A win for Alvirne, they'd get to 6-2. Bishop Guertin, which had its win streak snapped at 4 by the Broncos on Monday, trying to get back to 500 here. And it's still Jacob Hobart who got through a little bit of a shaky third inning after a couple of strikeouts. Had to deal with the top of the Bishop Guertin order, and BG able to come through. There are 2 pitchers now warming down in the Bishop Guertin bullpen, so you wonder if Boudreau might be done for the afternoon. Actually, Boudreau is one of those who's working down in the bullpen. Maybe a little unusual. Here's Aiden Meany. First up, BG and Alvirne in a 1-1 tie, and there's ball 1 outside. Meany, his first time up, grounded 3-1. And it's ball 2. BG in the second, a 2-out base hit. And then they had the 2-out rally that produced the run in the third inning. The first 2 batters in each inning have been retired by Jacob Hobart. Foul back 2-1. Pitcher's ready, hitter's ready, and the catcher asks for time. Three and one. As the sun goes down, the shadows will get deeper into Holman, but right now it's just the batter's box area that's in the shade. And ball 4. Second walk of the day for Jacob Hobart. And a man on for Hayden Shattuck here in the 4th. Shattuck was the first base runner back in the second inning when he delivered a 2-out single. Looks down to Coach Painter, who runs through his signs. Meany edges away, and this is taken for a ball. Alvirne a run on 4 hits. BG a run on 3 hits. With Meany off first. There he goes. And was time granted? Yes. See if the runner goes this time. Hobart thought he might have had him leaning. Decides to go over to first. Safe is the call there. It'll be an 0-1. Back up to the press box here. No balls, 2 strikes. Again, Meany off of first. Hobart very deliberate right now, and did he get him? No. It's a good move. And this one is outside. Not seen anyone warming yet in the bullpen for Alvirne. It's been Hobart all the way so far, and now he has a 1-2 coming here, and time granted again. Pitcher resets. Back to first. Got him. Picked him off. Couple of close ones, and on the third one, Meany is picked off by Jacob Hobart for the first out here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Shattuck now strikes out, and they're 2 away. So it'll be up to Dominic Monaco here in the fourth. And for the fourth consecutive inning, BG faces 2 outs, nobody on. That's a strike. The kick, the pitch, laced foul. Time granted for Monaco. Still tied at 1, bottom of the fourth inning. The 0-2 is out to right center, a base hit. For the third consecutive inning, BG has a 2-out base runner, a 2-out base hit. And they're even with Alvirne now at 4 hits apiece. And here is the shortstop, Luke Anderson. He'll take a curve high. Didn't turn over. Last inning, BG able to get Cam Tebow on with the 2-out single. He stole second and then scored on a base hit by Jake Mitchell. It drew the Cardinals 2 even at 1-1. That's where we are now. The 1-0 pitch swings through that fastball. If we go one more batter, it'll be Mark Luca, number 2, waiting in the on-deck circle for Bishop Guertin. Fourth inning at Holman Stadium. All right, the pitch is low, 2-1. We're 2 outs in the inning. Aiden Meany reached on a walk to start but was picked off. And now Dominic Monaco is on at first. Here's Hobart's delivery. Swings through that high fastball. He's used the fastball high twice to get swinging strikes in this at bat. Anderson might look for that again. Called ball 3. Full on the number 8 hitter. Hobart gets the swing and a miss. That'll end the fourth inning. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left. So at the end of 4 here, we're still tied. Alvirne 1, Bishop Guertin 1. Fifth inning for the Broncos, Josh McDonald, Evan Beals, Ty Baker. It'll still be Jake Boudreau on the mound. He'll begin his 3rd inning of work. And he's faced everybody now in the lineup. He's faced 9 batters since coming on in relief of the starter, Aiden Meany. McDonald, Beals, and Baker. It's 4-5-6 for the Broncos in the top of the 5th. The lefty McDonald, the righty Boudreau.
Well, a huge pickoff last inning, Mr. Littman.
Yeah, the Cardinals able to get the leadoff man on in Aiden Meany, and Hobart 3 times went to first. Each time a little bit closer. The third time was the charm.
Well, that third time, there was no doubt Meany was ready to go. He had started leaning that way, and he took about a step and a half, and then realized that he was going to get picked off if he didn't get back soon. Couldn't quite get back far enough.
2 balls and 1 strike. So we wait for the delivery here. A foul tip brings the count to 2-2. There have been no 1-2-3 innings for Bishop Guertin's 2 pitchers in the game, as Alvirne has left 8 through their first 4, and now 3 balls, 2 strikes. This is the same situation that Boudreau was in when he faced McDonald the first time and got him to fly out to center. See what happens here on 3-2. McDonald will take a big rip at it for sure.
Off balance. Off speed to the outside part of the plate. Tried to pull it. Count remains 3-2. Interesting that Boudreau pitches from the stretch exclusively. No windup.
That'll reach foul territory, out of play.
Both teams have had chances. I think Alvirne thought they had a real good chance last inning. Getting Dufour on with a walk, and then the second hitter reached.
Ball 4,
and
lead
there
man
we go.
on.
Yep, lead man on.
It's the first time since the first that Alvirne has had the lead runner on in an inning.
Yeah, their problem was they had Dufour up with 2 outs and nobody on last inning.
Yep.
Haven't gotten much out of the bottom half of their order.
So here is Beals, a walk twice. This time it'll be Boudreau who is going over to first base. See if he can keep McDonald close. Squaring to bunt. The throw down to first base by Levine. Not in time there. And here is the pitch, bunted to third. Mitchell will play to second, and they get the out there. So not what Beals wanted to do with that.
No, not at all. But you know what? In high school ball, Bob, you make your defense, you force the other defense to make a play, and Guertin made a pretty good play. A lot of times you're going to see that throw sail into center field or bounce past the infielder and cause an error and whatever. And so anytime you've got a bunt play in high school, it's 50-50. And in fact, I think the odds are in favor of the team that's bunting. But Guertin with a great play at third base, coming in and making the quick throw, and threw a strike to second base.
Yeah, so he scored that a fielder's choice, and McDonald is out, and Beals now becomes the runner at first for Ty Baker.
Beals, the son
You know what? This isn't Baker. This is Braden Samard, who is batting.
for Baker.
Yeah.
Beals is the son of the Alvirne principal, Steve Beals,
Ball 1.
former Alvirne baseball player himself.
Grounder, shortstop Fields, flips to second, 1, relay to first, and safe at first.
Yeah,
Ooh,
I'm not surprised because it looked like he had it, Bob. It looked like the runner got there in time. Hesitation at second. Had a little trouble getting the ball out of his glove. And that little pause Gave the runner a chance to make it to first base. Close, though.
Well, let's see whether that is able to help Alvirne. They'll get an extra batter here in the top of the fifth inning in a 1-1 game.
Would you challenge a replay on that?
No, I think they got it.
Yeah, I thought so, too.
Hobart's going to bat for himself here in this slot. They give up the designated hitter, and Hobart now will hit here in the fifth, throw over to first runner back. Man on this one inside to start the at-bat for Jacob Hobart, who has gone the first 4 innings, allowing just a run. And we're tied at 1 in the fifth. Runner goes, late throw, but it may be in time. Got him.
Yeah, and you know why that was in time? Because the runner hesitated, did not get a good jump, took a couple of steps, stopped, literally stopped, and then took off again. And that gave Levine time to throw him out, which he did by about, I'd say about a step and a half.
Yeah, so all 3 outs in the inning are recorded at second base.
Right,
a walk, and then a couple of fielders' choices, and then the caught stealing. And Alvirne in the fifth, no runs, no hits, nobody left for the first time. And after 4.5, it's a good one at Holman Stadium. BG 1, Alvirne 1.
Definitely a good ball game. Probably the best I've seen this year.
So we'll go to the last of the fifth. Mark Luca, Cam Tebow, and Jake Mitchell, 9-1-2, due up.
And Tebow and Mitchell both had hits their last time up. So you would imagine with Levine, the 4th hitter in the inning, potentially, Guertin may think this is their chance.
So I have Ty Baker returning to right field.
Yeah, on the re-entry.
On the re-entry. And Hobart obviously is still pitching for Alvirne as we go to the last of the fifth.
Hobart looked like he was in a groove with those 3 strikeouts in a row. Second into the third. And then up came Tebow and Mitchell. Tebow with the steal and then the RBI hit by Mitchell, and that's where we're tied, 1-1. And it stayed sunny. I thought we were going to get more clouds as the day went on, but it stayed sunny here at Holman, but it is brisk out there.
Maxwell Reardon is going to hit to lead off the bottom of the fifth inning in that number 9 spot.
Well, you could see both teams trying to get their bench involved to try to get something going, a little change of pace. Because the bottom of the order for Guertin hasn't done much, and the bottom of the order for Alvirne hasn't done much. So they're
all the damage has been up top. So if you can get that lead guy on, right?
Right, exactly. Well, they're going over the substitution, the re-entries, and all the changes. That's going to throw Hobart off his rhythm a little bit, a little delay. So let's see how he starts the bottom of the fifth inning here at Holman Stadium in a 1-1 ball game.
All right, first pitch of the bottom of the fifth. Calls that strike 1. Reardon pretty close up on the plate to have a shot at something outside. That's way outside.
And Hobart's pitching, definitely, the first 2 pitches were away.
So here comes the up and in, right?
Yeah, exactly. Well, up, but not in.
2 balls and a strike. Lead batter in the fifth for BG. As Cam Tebow looks in from the on-deck circle.
Yeah, he's going to go away again.
And belted to right, but in play.
Sun, little problem with it. See, he had the glove up to try to protect him from the sun, his eyes from the sun, so he could see it. and then got a little bit of a late jump, but moved in just in time to make that catch. But you're going to see it now, Bob. You're going to see some problems out in right field. And there he goes. He's got some glasses. So they give him glasses.
Kyle Belanger just gave his sunglasses out to the right fielder Baker.
Because he could tell he needed them on that fly ball. No question about it.
So 1 out as Hobart gets the first out here of the 5th. Here's Cam Tebow. And that one's through. 5th hit of the day for the Bishop Guertin Cardinals and the 2nd for Cam Tebow.
Tebow ran the first time. Let's see if they run him again with 1 out.
And that led to the Bishop Guertin run.
Yep.
Tebow with a stolen base. Jake Mitchell knocked him in. Again, I see no action in the Alvirne bullpen. Here's Hobart for now. And he's been very good. It's important to note that BG may have 5 hits, but they're all singles. There's been no loud hits. The first is just off the plate, 1-0.
Beatles tried to frame that a little bit, bring it back in. Did not get the call.
Tebow dancing a little bit over at first base, draws the throw. Again, Hobart has a nice move. If you were with us last inning, he picked off Aiden Meany after Meany had walked.
That was quite a battle. You could tell Meany was trying to read him, and read him wrong.
Grounder to second. They'll flip to second, get 1 out there, and that's all. It's pretty close play at second.
All this action at second base now after I come up to the press box, Bob. Ruining my photo chances. Nothing was going on for the 2.5 innings I was down there. Always happens.
So Kyle Levine's coming up. And you didn't get the double play on that one, so it means that the big hitter's up with a man on. That's off the catcher's glove.
And that's big because now you've got your best hitter at the plate in Levine with a runner in scoring position.
And now they're going to run at second base.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. They want as much speed as they can because Scott Painter knows 1 run can make the difference in this game.
So Luke Kalakis will go down to second. And he will run for Mitchell. It was ball 1. We don't officially have a score, right? We don't have an official score.
Well, they're going to walk Levine. That's a smart move.
So I called that a wild pitch. And then
yes,
Levine takes the intentional walk. And it was Levine came up in the 3rd inning, and it was not an intentional walk, but they certainly pitched around him. So he's on for the 2nd time via walk, and here's Alex Lambalot, who's 0 for 2.
Yeah, they pitched around him to a point, but he got even. He got the base hit.
It's 1-0.
No, I'm sorry, that's right. They walked him. No. Mitchell got the hit. So they will not let Levine beat them if they can avoid it.
2 on, 2 outs. Hobart trying to get this game to the 6th and a 1-1 tie. As the righty looks back to second. 2-0. Lambalot ended the 3rd with a fly to right. A couple of runners on after BG had tied it.
Saw a slow curve to the outer part of the plate. Lunged at it, fouls it off. He had him way off balance after seeing 2 fastballs to start.
12 waves the bat through one more time.
I got to think he's going to go off speed again. Yep, and missed.
3-1.
Meany is on deck.
1-1 tie. BG threatening to take the lead for the first time. The 3-1.
Oh, challenged him with a nice pitch, fastball.
Was right there. Right there for the clobbering. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
And you know what? I think he's going to go fastball again. Probably try to elevate it a little bit.
Lambalot back in. The payoff coming. Here it is.
Well, he took something off it. Did not try to fastball him. Stays alive. Protects the plate with that swing. What do you throw here, Mr. Lippman? I say up and in. Jam him with a fastball.
Okay, I'd take that.
Yeah. But you got to elevate it. If you keep it midsection, he's gonna line it. Don't let him extend.
Stands right up on the plate.
And he tried to and didn't get it.
It was a good pitch.
It was.
Bases loaded, 2 outs.
Lambalot did not fish it. Did not fish for it, and now Meany in the biggest spot of the game.
Was the starting pitcher for Bishop Guertin today. Now the DH is grounded out and walked. All the BG hitters right up on the plate.
Yeah.
Ground ball to second. Make the play and you're out of it, and there you go.
Boy, first pitch. Got a pitch you like, but topped it.
In the inning, no runs, a hit. 3 left. So through 5 innings, Alvirne has left 8, Bishop Guertin has left 7, and it's a 1-1 tie. And Jake Boudreau back out for the 6th. Will face the bottom part of the order.
Well, that may be why he's out there for the 6th. Because the bottom part of the order is up for Alvirne. As he's going to face 7, 8, 9. If he was facing 1, 2, 3 again, you might see a different pitcher. But then again, see if Guertin has anybody that's going to be out there warming, and I don't think they do.
So you're going to get some defensive changes for BG. Cam Tebow will move to left field. Center fielder is now Brendan Callahan.
I would imagine Shattuck is going to stay in right. He's a very good right fielder. Yeah, they're not moving Shattuck. Callahan's got some speed.
And that may be it. It's still Boudreau. The infield continues to be McDonald at third, Boulanger at short, Tebow at second, and Jakes at first.
I thought Tebow made a nice catch on McDonald back in the 3rd inning on a line drive that he had to go get. When it was hit off the bat, I thought for sure it was going to be over his head.
So this is Hobart, who was up when Samard was caught stealing to end the top of the 5th inning, and he's looked at a couple of balls.
Yeah, no reason. This number 7 hitter, you want to just throw strikes, pitch to contact, but 2 balls that are in the dirt to the outer part of the plate.
This went out towards right center.
Yeah. Anything near Shattuck, I defer to him. He is an excellent defensive right fielder. And I covered Shattuck's father in high school, Bob Lippman.
Okay.
Back in the early 1980s at Pinkerton Academy when I was at the Dairy News. Jay Shattuck. Good player.
Here's Richie Tebow, 0 for 2. This one is lined to left field and foul. And I I don't even want to do the math on how much high school baseball you and I have combined to watch
Too much.
over the years.
Too much over the years.
Yeah. I called Stevens and Monadnock in the 84 championship game or 85 championship game in Gill. That's one of my first memories of doing high school baseball. That's a lot of baseball.
Yep, sure is.
1-1 the count. And this one is low. 2-1. I was fortunate enough to be part of Ralph Silva's baseball program at Stevens for many years. Just a terrific guy, and a lot of people know him as Carlton Fisk's head coach. This one grounded third.
That's a fair ball. And a good job by the Cardinals to get over there and hold him to a single on a ball that was right down the line.
So exactly, that ball very frequently is a double.
Yes.
When you watch it, right over the third base bag. And they just made that change, to move Cam Tebow over to left field. And he's the one who made the play there. Is Richie Tebow of Alvirne is aboard for Charlie Laporte.
Tebow for Guertin got over there in plenty of time with a strong throw in.
So 1-0. That is the first hit off of Jake Boudreau for Alvirne. Their other 4 hits came in the first 2 innings against Aiden Meany. Strike, you could hear it from here. 1 ball, 1 strike.
But now you got the cat and mouse game. As you can probably guess, there's going to be some attempts to try to run around the bases if you're Alvirne.
This one down the right field line, foul ball. Missed it by about 5 feet.
Yeah, from our angle, it looked like it was going to be a lot closer than that, didn't it?
Yep.
It was off the end of the bat, though, so. Right idea. Now he's down to the count 1-2.
As Laporte looks back down to head coach Adam Perkins. 1-2. There's not a whole lot we can do here. Just look for your pitch. It's high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Boy, this game completely changes if Laporte is able to reach, right?
Yes.
Because then you've got the tough batters coming up. Popped it up. Is it going to be playable?
It is, and I would have let Shattuck come all the way in and make that catch because he probably would have made it.
And Monaco tried the over-the-shoulder catch, did not come up with the ball.
No. Shattuck's got enough speed. I think he might have gotten there. And he held off. New life. See if the Broncos can take advantage of it.
3-2.
Almost hit him in the foot.
Big spot, right?
This is it.
9-hitter. Jake Dufour, who's been on base 3 times, waiting on deck.
As we say, this is a must-out for Guertin right here. And
Didn't get it.
Nope. So the new life gives Laporte a walk. First and second, nobody out, and up comes the pesky Dufour.
Blaine LaLiberty, a senior, warming in the bullpen for Bishop Guertin in a hurry.
Dufour has reached base all 3 times with a double and 2 walks.
The double led to the 1 Alvirne run. We were just minutes into the game when the Broncos had a 1-0 lead. Now we're 1-1 in the 6th. It's a ball.
And Scott Painter coming out to do 2 things. Talk to his pitcher a little bit, but also to give the reliever some time in the bullpen in case he's thinking about making a change.
There are 2 arms loosening in the Alvirne bullpen right now. So maybe the kind of situation, depending on what the score is, on how Coach Perkins wants to play it. He's gotten Jacob Hobart all the way so far.
Well, he didn't spend too much time out there, so. Bought his reliever a little bit of time as he looks down there. See how he is. Hasn't started throwing very hard yet.
2 on, 1 away. Jake Dufour, a 1-0 count here, and it's away 2-0. You're not helping yourself against Jake Dufour by falling behind with Tebow at second and Laporte at first.
No, Dufour, good hitter, will get the bat on the ball pretty solidly if he gets a pitch to hit. He wasn't going to get one, and now it's 3-0.
Kyle Belanger waiting on deck. He also has been on base all 3 times.
Nope, low.
Single and 2 walks, and with 1 out, Alvirne has the bases loaded here in the top of the 6th inning.
And my guess is Scott Painter's going to make the change. Yep, he's coming out. And that'll be it for Boudreau.
Only gave up 1 hit in this relief outing that will last 3 1/3. But he's not going to leave Blaine Liberty with any wiggle room at all.
No, he's not. Walked 5. His off-speed pitches didn't quite have the bite to it, or didn't quite catch the plate, and that got him in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, what coaches will look at is, I mean, you say you don't want to walk batters on. Alvirne has drawn 7 walks in the game,
Yeah.
and so far, Tom, not a single one of them has scored.
No, and my guess, that will change in this inning. This has the scent of a Bronco rally. I find, Bob, in high school ball, when you bring in a reliever, a lot of times they have trouble in tough situations like this not to start. When you bring them in with runners on base and not to start an inning, they have trouble finding the plate. They have trouble getting into a rhythm. So let's see if that's the case here, as Alvirne will have Nick Jakes at the plate.
Kyle Belanger, right?
Oh, I'm sorry, Belanger.
Yeah, then Nick
Yep,
Jakes.
then Jakes, and then McDonald.
Yeah,
so you
so-
got 2, 3, 4.
The 3 runners for Alvirne.
And they reach,
Tebow, Laporte, and Dufour all over with Coach Perkins there at third base.
and you got 2, 3, 4 coming up, and they've all reached. Well, they reached base a combination 5 times, but Jakes hasn't. Well, he didn't. Made the 3rd out in the 4th inning. So here we go.
Yeah, 6th inning, Alvirne has had 5 hits and drawn 7 walks, and the fact that they're still sitting on 1 run is probably a little tough to take.
Well, if they get into a double play here, you'll know the gods are aligned.
So the Liberty has just finished his warm-ups.
He's got to be perfect here.
Belanger 2 for 3.
Walk number 8, plates a run.
Hit number 6 may played more than 1.
Yeah, with the speed on the bases that the Broncos have, no doubt about it.
Took a little something off on the first pitch.
He did.
You don't often see that. Strike 1, 0-1.
And it still had a little bit of velocity on it.
A single and 2 walks, loading the bases for the Broncos.
That was a good pitch.
0-2.
Curveball that broke to the outer half of the plate.
Tebow at third, Laporte at second, Dufour at first.
Just missed.
1-2.
Has an unusual delivery. Kind of just pushes that ball, doesn't he?
Yeah, but it comes off
Snaps
pretty,
and it comes,
pretty nice.
Yeah, it comes out of there a little bit more than you think it is.
Pitcher ready.
Oh, he took a lot off that pitch and he hung it. And Bollinger was on top of it a little bit too much. But that ball sat up there. It just had the hitter off stride. He got away with one.
Another 1-2, misses outside.
Yeah, Levine tried to pull that one in. No call. It's a good battle here.
Top of home plate. Shadows creeping closer towards the pitcher's mound. No hesitation, delivers out towards center. This is going to get the run in.
Yeah, it's going to get the run in for sure.
Callahan makes the catch, and from third with a go-ahead run, Richie Tebow. It's an RBI for Bollinger. His second of the game, and Alvirne leads 2-1. So now it's first and second with 2 outs for Nick Jakes.
Well, with the 2-2 count and the danger of trying to fiddle with the hitter, he came in with one, and Bollinger was right on top of it. Drills it to center field on a fly out.
Foul back. If Jakes reaches, Josh McDonald will get a turn next. And the offering grounded to third, fielded by Mitchell, and he'll go to the bag to end the inning. And once again, BG gets out of what was a very difficult spot. Alvirne, though, forges in front. A run in the inning on 1 hit. They leave 2 more, 10 in the game, and after 5.5, it's Alvirne 2, Bishop Guertin 1. Now we have Hayden Shattuck, Dominic Monaco, and Luke Anderson, some Bishop Guertin players towards the bottom of the order, Tom, that certainly can make a big difference today.
Yeah, especially Shattuck. I think he's a smart baseball player. He's got a good baseball IQ. You get the bottom of the order up, and Guertin will definitely look forward to, if the bottom of the order can't do the job, they'll do what they can to hold Alvirne in the top of the 7th, but look forward to the big hitters coming up, the 1, 2, 3s. In the 7th. That would be a little bit of drama, possibly, for the Cardinals. But this is a big inning. Let's see if they can get a couple on. But Hobart, he himself has wiggled out of trouble.
And he is still out there for the 6th inning.
And he's out there with no activity whatsoever in the Bronco bullpen as of yet, although a couple players are starting to move down that way. Nope, they're not going to.
Yeah, they had a couple warming last inning.
Yeah.
We'll see where this all plays out. And I think what's made the intrigue of this 2-1 game is how many base runners we have had in the game. There's only been one, 2, 3 inning all day.
Right.
And that was the bottom of the first. All right, so Hobart starts Hayden Shattuck 1 for 2 with strike 1. 2-1, Alvirne leads, bottom of the 6th. And a foul tip. Pitcher ahead, no balls, 2 strikes. Shattuck, right-hand hitter, and then a couple of lefties are due up. 1 and 2. Didn't get him to chase. It was pretty close. And here is Hobart's offering, and that's down and away. So 2 strikes to start, now 2 balls. Got him.
Yep. Ooh. Nice, nasty pitch, a fastball in the outer half of the plate. just snapped it.
7 strikeouts on the afternoon for Jacob Hobart as he works into the 6th inning. And here is Dominic Monaco, 1 for 2. Swings and misses here, got tied up. He didn't want to swing at it, but had committed.
Yeah, low and in. Another good pitch.
Pitcher ahead 0-2. The BG's had its base runners, but a lot of them have come with 2 outs.
Hobart's walked 4, but 1 is intentional. That was Levine.
So Monaco is out of there.
So he's making quick work of the bottom 6, 7, 8.
Luke Anderson looking to reach for the first time today. Misses wide.
Guertin's got action in their bullpen.
And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Looks like Jake Mitchell, the right-hander, warming for BG. 1-2 now.
Oh, nice pitch. Hobart in a rhythm.
Yeah, that run has pumped him up.
Yep, definitely has. No doubt about it. Oh, and he thought it was strike 3 and started running off the mound. It was a little low and in, but he thought he had the plate.
All right, he's got to square that one up now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs, bottom of the 6th.
He'll come in fastball here, I bet. Try to blow one by Anderson. Yep.
Jumped on it.
Yeah, he did.
Going to be playable in center. Dufour makes the catch, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for only the 2nd time all day.
Wow.
After Alvirne pushes in front 2-1, Jacob Hobart comes out and moves the team 3 outs away from a win.
Well, this is key right now, Bob. I mean, for Guertin to hold Alvirne in this inning because they've got the big guns possibly. Well, at least they're going to have Tebow and Mitchell up, and they hope to get Levine up next inning in the 7th. There would be a lot of drama if they go into the 7th, bottom of the 7th, only up 2-1 for Alvirne. So Alvirne would love to tack on a couple of insurance runs, knowing what they're going to have to face in the bottom of the 7th.
2 runs, 5 hits, no errors for Alvirne. Bishop Guertin, a run on 5 hits, 1 error, did not factor in the scoring.
So, Bob, how long were you at Stevens?
I did.
How many years?
I lived in Claremont for 17 years.
Wow.
2000, I moved to Concord, and that's when I started to get involved with the New England Collegiate Baseball League.
Yep, the NCBL.
Fisher Cats would come a few years later.
Yep.
And I've been with the Fisher Cats now for 17 years.
And here we have the Silver Knights
Yep.
in the Futures League, which has lost 3 franchises, 1 each of the last 3 years to the NECBL, but recovered fairly nicely this year in picking up Vermont. You know, they basically went into the communities that lost the New York Penn League teams. Picked up Vermont and Norwich to add them to their league, while the NECBL gets North Shore, Lynn, which I think is a loss for Nashua because there's a great rivalry between those 2 teams, and it was close by too. And it's ball 1.
Josh McDonald hits. Swing and a miss. If you're not familiar with New England Collegiate Baseball League's an opportunity for college kids to play with the wooden bats.
Yep, same with the Futures League. Oh, the NECBL, the NECBL, I believe, they get some major league money, don't they?
They might.
Yeah, I think they do, but that league is the 2 leagues are run differently. The NECBL is basically a not-for-profit league. The FCBL is basically run almost like a minor league where they they look to make some money.
Yep. 1-2.
And more D1 players go to the NECBL. Nubber.
Tough play.
And a good play.
The Liberty makes it, so 1 down.
The Liberty got just enough on that throw. Again, high school ball, when you make the pitcher make a play like that, you never know, but he made a good one.
Evan Beals is next. Blew that one by him. We're in the top half of inning number 7. Alvirne with a 2-1 lead. Try to beat BG for the second time this week after Monday's 8-4 win. This one is outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cardinals right back here tomorrow night to play Winnicott at 7 o'clock at Holman Stadium. They'll play Bedford next week. Another number.
Yep. He's got a tough one here, too, but he's going to make it. 2 good plays by the Liberty.
Right. As Coach Painter has put you through the drill how many times, right, with the pitcher.
Right. Exactly.
This is exactly why you do it.
No doubt about it. Practice, practice, practice. Of course, they didn't have as much practice this year. Well, in terms of being outside,
The players will tell you they had way too much practice.
No doubt about it. The 2 weeks preseason, but in terms of being outside, they probably got as much outdoor work as they had in any other year because the weather was good in late March. There was no snow on the ground. I think we got more snow in April than we did in March. So they were able to get outside right away.
Ty Baker hitting.
That was a strike, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it's 1-1.
1-1. Yep. He's wound up. Well, Liberty's wound up a little bit. Overthrew that pitch.
Jacob Hobart will hit next, and then I think he's coming back out for the 7th. There's nobody in the pen.
Yeah, nobody in the bullpen. You're right.
Kind of golfed at that into shallow center.
Oh. And you know what? You kind of saw that. When that ball was hit, I thought it had more trajectory on it to center field, but a late jump in center, and that ball drops.
Give him a hit.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, the center fielder made it. He made a mental error by getting the late jump. But
he did everything he could to get to the ball.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. It's definitely a base hit.
Hobart fouls it off the right side.
Had he gotten a good jump, he would have caught the ball on the run and be running in towards the dugout right now. But this could be big for Alvirne. They're probably going to try to get to second base in some way. May not matter now.
Shortstop calling.
And that'll do it.
Anderson's got it. No runs, a hit. And a man left on. BG will need to score next. As we head to the bottom of the 7th, Alvirne 2, Bishop Guertin 1. And boy, inning after inning, the BG Cardinals have headed back to the dugout with, a pretty positive feeling.
Yeah, just the 2 walks last inning hurt him. And it's going to happen. And I bet if you talk to Scott Painter after the game, as I will, he'll tell you if they lose this game 2-1, they had chances and they just didn't take advantage of them with the bats. They needed to hit.
So it'll be 9-1-2, and again for BG, it is rolling into the, where you would want the lineup in your last at bat. against Jacob Hobart. Cam Tebow's coming up, and he has 2 hits today. Jake Mitchell has a hit today. Kyle Levine has only really been given 1 chance to hit the ball, and he hit a screamer out to left field. Walked his other 2 times up, so those guys are up 2nd, 3rd, and 4th in the inning. But first, Bishop Guertin will send, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong, is it Brandon Metivier? Number 5 will lead it off.
I think it's Metivier. I'm not sure.
Okay. When I went through the pronunciations with Coach Painter before the game, he was not on that list. So,
Mr. Principal, is it Metivier? Metivier. Metivier, that's right. I asked you that the last time when he pitched. We saw him pitch.
He was warming in the bullpen earlier in the game.
Yeah, if it goes into extras, he may come in later.
He's a junior, takes ball 1. Was that a ball? No, he called a strike?
Yep, called a strike, yep.
Strike 2.
Hobart knows that if he throws strikes, he gets out of this game with a 2-1 win. If he doesn't, Guertin could jump on him.
I'm sprinting right now. Where are you?
Still alive. Shadows almost to the pitcher's mound now.
Yeah, the sun is not super, super bright as the sky is a little milky.
Yes.
So that helps the defense.
0-2. Alvirne leads 2-1, bottom of the 7th. To right field. Now let's test the sun. Here's Baker.
Baker waved everybody off. He drops the ball. Oh, my. You know, it looked like he was just about ready to take the ball and change it and make the throw for some reason, and that's when he dropped it. Ouch.
An error to start the inning.
Called everybody off, which is what he should do. He had a good beat on it, and that is going to be, that's what you did. That's the worst case scenario right there.
Coach Perkins looking over the lineup card.
Well, he wanted to know who the hitter was, probably.
Yeah, well, as I said to you, when I took the photo of the lineup card for Bishop Guertin, 5 was not on it today.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Because we went through all the names and the numbers, and
if 5's not on it, that could be a violation and an out.
My goodness.
That would be brutal if you're Bishop Guertin. Because we have a copy of the same card that.
Yeah, unless it was amended, there's no number 5 on the card.
Yep, and that's a violation. I believe he could be called out. Well, nobody's waving their arms. Is his name on there with a different number?
Not on mine.
Well, there's no,
Yep,
evidently they're letting him stay in, and everything's on everything is as it's been. Wow.
But that's definitely what Coach Perkins was asking about.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. But now we'll see if he runs.
Strike 1 to Cam Tebow.
2 for 3.
May have thought it was a little wide. Laid off of it. He has a couple of singles, as Tom just mentioned. 1 run scored in the 3rd. That's BG's only run today in a 2-1 game.
Looks like you start to square the bunt.
Hobart has already thrown 1 runner out at first. An error to start the inning extends it.
Oh. Now down in the hole, 0-2. as he was all over that pitch just a little late. But he swung hard. See if he throws fastball here. No, curve, just up. What do you throw here, Mr. Lippman?
Come back with your good stuff.
Yep. Question is, do you send the runner?
You want to stay out of the double play, you do.
Got him down and in. What a great pitch.
9th strikeout for Jacob Hobart, 1 away in the 7th. And unless there's a double play, you will deal with Kyle Levine next.
And that tells me they're going to send the runner at some point, because they want a runner in scoring position with Levine up. But of course, Alvirne would they walk the potential winning run if that happens? Of course, we're getting way ahead of ourselves.
There's a ball.
Curveball that was just a little up.
Medevere edges away from first. Potential tying run here in the bottom of the 7th.
Boy, he is just taking something off those pitches that has Guertin either Guertin's too anxious or they're just off stride with what he's throwing.
Hey, Jake may be a little tired working here in the 7th inning.
Yeah, no kidding.
Ooh, good pitch,
Yeah,
1 and 2.
Boy, I'll tell you.
Mitchell just shakes his head.
Yeah, Mitchell did not like that call one bit.
That's a ball.
Yeah, he tried the same strategy with 2 strikes to go down and in the way he did with T-Ball, but Mitchell didn't bite. Did the same thing this time to a left-hander. Now it's even at 2 and 2.
Kyle Levine next. Foul ball.
Yep. Not high enough for anybody to get to. It didn't hang in the air. But boy, I got to think that Metevier's got to be. You got to think he's going to be run. If he's not running with this at bat, he will be with Levine up. Probably another curveball. Up the middle.
Hit the mound. It's through. It's a base hit. Took kind of a little redirect off of the pitcher's mound, and it gets through. So Mitchell comes up with a single that moves the tying run to second and the winning run to first.
And that really helps. I mean, that base hit, because now you can't walk Levine. You've got to pitch to him. And so Adam Perkins is coming out to talk to Hobart about that. But that's huge. I thought they might have been able to get a play at second if they were able to keep that ball in the infield, and they weren't able to do it.
So a really good high school baseball game going right down to the wire here.
And remember, Mr. Lippman, we don't have the opportunity. If they go into extras, they will not start with a runner at second base.
About the only level left.
Yeah, that doesn't do it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The Futures League does it either. They'll play a 10th, and then they will go to the Home Run Derby.
How about that?
Yep.
I called one of those in the Eastern League All-Star game up in Maine one year to decide the All-Star game. Here's Levine, ball 1.
You got to think he's been told, be careful. If you walk him, we'll try to get out of it.
Runners take their leads. Time granted.
Did you see the timeout earlier in the game when the runner, I forget who it was, for Guertin was ready to steal or try to steal?
He was halfway to second.
Yeah, and they called time. Yep.
Oh, Strike one at the knees. Wow.
Okay, that pitch looked like it was going to go outside and just cut right back inside. Had a lot of movement on it. Possible to hit.
Jacob Hobart needs 2 outs. Tough spot, bottom 7. Check swing, foul ball. He's ahead. 1-2 on Kyle Levine.
Well, he's not throwing any fastballs, that's for sure. It's all off speed to Levine.
Alex Lambalot would be the next hitter.
And Lambalot struck out, flew out, and walked. Timeout again. See Levine take that mean practice swing. He's got a good baseball swing. Looks like a player. Oh my.
High and deep.
But not deep enough.
Runners move up on the deep fly by Levine. So it'll come down to this. Basic could win the game for BG.
That's big for the runners to move up.
And it'll be the left fielder cleanup hitter, Alex Lambalot.
Well, let's see. What are they doing here? Scott Painter pointed or gestured. But that is Lambalot, right? Number 12? Yes, it is. Yep. And there's no pinch runners. So here we go. Oh, you re-entered. That's probably it.
Outside, ball 1. Yeah, Brendan Lambalot has not been in the outfield since the top of the 6th.
Yep.
But he re-enters in his batting position here in the 7th. Second and third, 2 outs.
First base is open. Do you want to walk him or pitch around him and take on me? I don't think so.
Strike one.
Not if you can throw that pitch.
Paints the block on the outside corner with a fastball. Inning started with an error. Jake Mitchell with a single. Runners at second and third. Ground ball to short. Gloved there. Throw to first. Alvirne takes this one. Wow.
Wow. Boy, I'll tell you, what drama. That was a great high school baseball game, Mr. Lippman.
It was fun to come down to beautiful Holman Stadium. Alvirne with a win improves to 6-2 on the season, and Bishop Guertin falls to 4-6. BG will be back here to play Winnicott tomorrow night. Tom, this has been a lot of fun.
Well, been a pleasure working with you, Bob. We'll see you down the road.
Final from Holman, Alvirne 2 and Bishop Guertin 1. For Tom King, I'm Bob Lippman. Have a great day.